А? Ну, направить. Check.
Meeting is now streaming live.
Oh my God. Hello everyone. I did not expect to press going live. So here we are doing this. What are you doing,
December.
I'm so prepared. Watching live suddenly like that. Okay, didn't we do December already?
December, no, we're doing December now. December, month of December, yes.
With Sidereal, Babylonian, Astrology, and Krasi, you have the word.
I will start, yes, all right. Hello, everyone. December will be very, very, very interesting, full of celestial events. Some of them actually positive. We know that the last eclipse is happening in December on the 4th, just in 3 days from now, in the 18 degrees of Scorpio. Not only that, in December also, Venus reaches very beautiful phase, which we'll analyze with Lada for you. Venus reaches the highest brightness, which is happening one time this year. It is on the 7th of December. It is happening only days after the eclipse, and it is happening in a very interesting degree, in the 29th degree of Sidereal Sagittarius. I'll explain you in a moment how I see this as important, ominous celestial event. Then also in December, Venus is entering briefly Sidereal Capricorn, then is turning towards the middle of the month, is turning direct. This is also very, very important, and we'll look at this as well. Also, now, I think 2 days ago, Jupiter entered Sidereal Aquarius to stay in Aquarius 1 year. This is a good news because Jupiter was quite weak in Sidereal Capricorn with Saturn under the supervision and the heavy energy of Saturn. Jupiter was fallen in Capricorn and quite weak. And the very good news is that he's free from these impediments and he's entering Aquarius. Now, what is happening with Mars? Actually, Wada, we made very detailed video. People can look just the previous video on your channel that we made quite detailed about the heliacal rise of Mars in Scorpio. Adding to this, what is Venus doing? Venus is an evening star now on the sky. So you can see her in the evening on the western horizon. She's very beautiful, very bright. And being an evening star, I have to explain, she carries this feminine, romantic, beautiful, even artistic energies of Aphrodite, or this is the Babylonian Ishtar, Inanna from Akkad, Uruk, Inanna from Uruk. So Venus reaches this point of the highest brightness, meaning she will emphasize with her high brightness on specific degree in Sagittarius. What is this going to bring? We can be reasoning together, but my view is that this is an ominous event which is happening in conjunction with one constellation which is called Antityper, which means boss hawk. This is the biggest, very wise, very intelligent hawk, very, very big. This hawk, just to tell you, is very wise, brave, is eating other large animals like rabbits, and actually also is having the wisdom to form a family, by the way. They form real families. Why am I saying this? Because this is, Venus is emphasizing on degrees which are very powerful, very mighty, even though the very last degrees of Sagittarius, of most of the signs, if not all, are usually not benevolent. But here we're talking about martial section of Sagittarius and this particular very mighty bird on which Venus will emphasize. What is this? This is going to bring brave, or who put under the lights, you know, very brave people who bring something new, because this is very important and this is good. It is like new hope, change of the agenda once again, because we spoke last time with you about change of the agenda, about turning point. Yes, we have turning point because this is the last eclipse of the series of the eclipses of Taurus, Scorpio, which eclipses pretty much emphasize on money. Change, like they completed their mission to indeed help in, not maybe in a positive way, but okay, push the implementation of new financial system, because this is Scorpio Taurus, but also Scorpio is poison, Scorpio is death. So this mission is being completed, and unfortunately with the eclipses and with the heliacal rise of Mars, we may see people dying, hostilities and whatnot, but we explained this in very great detail in our previous talk. But then we have Jupiter entering Aquarius around the eclipses, Venus in these mighty degrees, which I see as very ominous because she is benevolent, beautiful planet. And by the way, she will kind of take care this to be really felt, because she will be walking and then turning back and entering the same degree. It is like she wants to make sure that people are awakening, that the if you want, the brave hearts will really, the daring individuals awakened, awakened by Mars will do something. It's like there might be war-like situations and fires here and there on the planet, but there will be also people with brave hearts, with dignities, with honor, with wisdom, which will oppose. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are not totally lost to the materialistic world. We have hope with this. I saw this as a very good, ominous, in a good sense, phenomenal, Lada.
I hope so, because right now it looks so grim.
It looks grim, but we're forgetting Jupiter in Aquarius. Jupiter in Aquarius, we are at the gates of the Aquarius era. I know that according to the modern astrology, you would say we're already in Aquarius. Yes, we're at the gates. Indeed, the Aquarius energies are all over the place. So we're forgetting that Jupiter there actually will play very, very benevolent role. And even 1 year he will give us, you see, this, what is Aquarius? Aquarius is the collective consciousness. Jupiter will bring good energies to this. Not necessarily, I don't see that the limitations and the regulations of the matrix will manage completely to overpower the human, and it's the collective consciousness with these aspects which are shown now. Another very important detail, you see, on the 21st of December 2020, we all witnessed the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, which conjunction looked as if the two are one star. And this imitated most probably the Star of Bethlehem. That's why we were expecting new consciousness to be born, or something new to save us. But because this conjunction took place in Capricorn, of course, the first year of this cycle, this conjunction, which may take, may be influencing us for the next 20 years or minimum, will be under the influence of Capricorn. So we will be under the limiting, under influences of Capricorn up until end of January 2000 and 21st of December 2021, which is also, and then we're entering different energy. This conjunction will be then under the influences of the of Aquarius, more collective consciousness, more, yes, there will be division. People will there will be these very materialistic individuals and those that are awakening. So division there will be, but the collective will matter more. with, because we're looking at the perfected cycles of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, and now the cycle is about to change. So we are entering another cycle of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, more about Aquarius collective energies, and Jupiter is there. No way this to be worse than it was. It can't be worse. I believe this is a hope, further awakening, people choosing to be in certain communities, people opting for their path and their groups. So this is how it looks to me. Of course, Saturn-Pluto conjunction, we will be under the totalitarian influence of the matrix still, but there will be serious opposition as well. So I am not entirely
2050.
I know, but look, there are other aspects which are softening this. So it's not entirely, but yes, Saturn-Pluto conjunction was a serious thing, and we cannot forget about it.
It affects us for so many years. Till the next Saturn-Pluto.
Yes. Yes, but I just wanted to tell you,
I'm losing so much hope. I see people are organizing here and there. It's happening. It's true, but do we have enough time to do it? Do we have enough know-how to do it? But I really hope what you're saying comes true.
look, Mars become invisible. Yes, Mars is the police state. Of course, they will try to activate more the police state and the police resistance to people's reaction to the matrix. But we need something. I read something amazing yesterday, how only more evil can destroy the evil. Basically, Mars, Heliac, Rise, I see as more evil to the evil. It's like the last drop in the...
So, okay. So more evil can destroy the evil. More evil than that is, I don't know, alien invasion or big catastrophic cataclysms starting to happen over the next years. So they stop where things are going. I don't know. I'm almost wishing for those things now.
Yeah, you see, Mars, what did he let us remind again to the people which are listening to us, what did Mars give us in 2019 in October when he rose the same way but in Virgo? He gave us what he gave, health, disasters all over the planet. Doesn't matter
how planned or not. Yeah, it was planned.
Yes, this is the main topic that he gave, is disaster. Then now his cycle is closed and he's starting another one in Scorpio. This is and with Ketu.
Scorpio is terrorism. Are you going to start some narrative about terrorism or domestic terrorists? And I don't know.
Well, when you look at the eclipses along with the rise of Mars, this looks like warlike fires, and natural disasters are possible. By the way, one of the eclipses was saying waters. Well, natural disasters in addition are possible, but it is more like warlike reactions and
I don't think there will be natural disasters now. Maybe in a few years, but
yes,
yeah.
The last eclipse now on the 4th of December is happening in the morning watch and it's completing the watch. This is the Babylonian division, so its influence may last up to 10 months. But it is also giving something which it's not that bad. It says the sick will recover. Yeah. So we have both sides. We have opposition and we have the matrix pushing. It will be, that's why we called this last time turning point or change of the game, because there will be change of the game under so much pressure. We will not recover from the evil yet, but we are heading towards. This is already something, because people are awakening, and with Jupiter in Aquarius even more, with Venus in this boss hawk, anticiper degree also. So let's see. But this is hopefully going to bring huge resistance, and this is what we need now. The world, the planet needs now. And division, because look, this is also happening on the cusp of two signs. You know, it's division. And very interesting thing I saw in Bulgaria, Lada. I was out watching the last eclipse. I don't watch them. I run away from them. But it happens that I was out. I saw something that I cannot explain. Never saw such thing. The moon at one point, and we were all driving towards, and we see the big moon dividing like into two moons. It is like how you split the human cell, right? The division of a cell.
It looked like that.
To two, and then it became again one. And I was thinking, the first thing which crossed my mind is division of the society, division between the people.
It's
Maybe
already. It's crazy.
It's crazy, but it happens.
Looking at each other's two classes of people, yeah.
Two types of societies. Yeah. This is, I saw it with the moon, and because when we give prediction on eclipses, it's good that we do it after, so that we see really how it looked, what was the color, what was the wind, all these things, you know. Yeah. So we maybe can speak more after the 4th December when we see the eclipse, if we dare. I'm not sure if I dare.
It won't be visible from anywhere but Antarctica or something like that.
So yeah,
South America, South Africa, you know, and so on. Are you checking the 12 signs as well? Are you covering?
Yes. I'm just exactly, this is what I'm doing. Let us remind to the people that we do this for the both astrological zodiacs. We look at from the perspective of the sidereal astrology, but also I explain it for the tropical, meaning if you have, I will start with sidereal ascendant Aries or moon in Aries, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Taurus. So what is happening with people who are ruled by Aries? A lot, ladies and gentlemen, because Mars is a big player now, because Mars will become visible. It means for you, if you feel right now a bit annoyed because Mars was invisible for such a long time, fallen in Libra. So if you feel a bit that your personal life is not at its best, that your relationship is not going through the best period, if you feel that you're down, that you feel melancholic, that you're losing energy, this will change because Mars will become visible, and this will give you very different emotions. He becomes visible in Scorpio, quite powerful. He may have impact on the finances of your partner, or can be benevolent for any finances that you may generate through partnerships. He will not receive the bad aspect from Saturn, so you will not be really under danger, under stress so much. So this is much better for you. Also, Venus is harmoniously placed for you to give you blessing on your private life, to give you, if you want, to be supportive also for your for the process of your awakening, study, even travel. Of course, the timing around from the 16th, let's say, to the end of December may be a little bit tricky, may come to be too much, may cause you a bit of a disharmony because of the first heliacal rise of Mars, which is a bit quite changing for you. But in any case, still, the energies of Saturn, who is modifying your career, this is not over. This can last for another year. So keep in mind still to remain very diplomatic, very careful with superiors at your career, and actually to embrace the changes, because after that you will be rewarded. But in any case, you're entering much better period, especially in the month of December. Now let's see people who have sidereal ascendant Taurus or moon in Taurus, or if you're watching from the um, from the modern astrological perspective, this would be Gemini. Now for you, Venus is in a very interesting position, of course, and I want just to remind you that this month you have last eclipse, and all these 2 years eclipses were having impact on you, like you may felt a little bit delayed in your deeds, you may felt felt a bit not really very joyful, maybe not very lucky, maybe your romantic life was also a little bit affected, but I think after springtime you will start feeling better. But in any case, Venus will make interesting movements to give you maybe very brave moods to support your education, to support you eventually travel. She may cause you with Saturn a little bit more costs, expenditures, but she'll give you also wisdom, desire to research the occult. I think Jupiter is very, very supportive now for 1 year ahead on your 10th house, your career. So you have the blessing and support of Jupiter. If by now you felt a bit not really very, well, very lucky, he will be very helpful. You may actually also Venus briefly will enter your 9th house to give you the support of education and travel, and after that she goes back into your 8th house, where after the second half of December she will be very benevolent for the finances of your partner or for generating finances via partnerships, let's say. In any case, this won't be such a bad period. Just if you still feel that you're a bit locked, that you're not very lucky, note that you may need to be patient until the influences of the eclipses are completely gone. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Sagittarius, moon Gemini, excuse me, sidereal ascendant Gemini or moon in Gemini, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Cancer. Now, for you, actually, Jupiter enters a very, very beautiful benevolent position for you because he will be trine in your ascendant. From there, he will support basically everything, well-being, luck. He's changing the energies for you in a very positive sense. Now, Venus is still for a couple of days on your descendant, retrograding. She'll come back on your descendant. From there, she will support your romantic life. You need, from the second half of December, to watch out a bit for disputes, conflicts in your career environment, to be responsible for your health. But in any case, with Jupiter, who will support you for even 1 year ahead from your 9th house, I think that you're on a good side. Let's look now at people who have sidereal ascendant Cancer, or if you're looking, or moon in Cancer, or if you're looking from the modern astrology perspective, this would be Leo. Now for you, Jupiter is moving away now from your 7th house, from where he was giving you some blessing, but really quite limited, because in Capricorn, he was fallen. For 1 year, he will be on your 8th house, from where he will be supporting the finances of the partner, or the finances via partnerships, or your desire to, you can be very benevolent for esoteric occultistic knowledge because he's ruling your 9th house. Also, Mars becomes visible for the first time on your 5th house, from where, especially after the second part of December, you may need to watch out a little bit not to take impulsive decisions related to finances, to be very wise and attentive with children. Also, Venus will be traveling in a very interesting way. Temporary will enter your 7th house to give you support, and then will go back into Sagittarius, from where she will support your health. And after the 15th of this is happening after the 15th of December, her retrograde phase will be on your 6th house to support your routine environment, to support your everyday job, to support your health, to support relationships with people who share your routine environment. So this is also quite fine. Only be a little bit attentive with children, and when you have to make financial decisions, check everything, double, triple check, because you may be a little bit impulsive. Also, this can make you a little bit too emotional in your private life. Also, there you may need to be a bit wise, diplomatic, loving, patient. Now, we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Leo or moon in Leo, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this would be Virgo. Now, the sun is still, as we speak, for another 10 days in Scorpio. After that, he is entering your 5th house. Actually, the heliacal, from where he will give you enlightenment, will give you desire to do creative knowledge. So this is benevolent position of your ascendant ruler, but Mars becomes visible on your 4th house, which would say that he may bring temporary disharmony at your home. This can impact your career, your moods. Of course, you're very lucky that Jupiter is watching from angular position and will be helping to bring harmony into your romantic life, agreements, relationships, but still temporary, especially after the second half of December, you need to be a bit cautious when it comes to your career, superiors, also home, relationships with parents. This is where you have to watch out. Also, of course, be responsible for your health, because Mars is creating these harmonious aspects. Venus will be supporting, she'll be retrograding towards your 5th house. She can give you desire to create. So she will play her very good role, and financially she will also going to be benevolent. So just I explained you where you may need to watch out, but Jupiter will support your romantic life and will be having a very good role of protection from this angular position which he entered in Aquarius. Now, we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Virgo or moon in Virgo, or if we are following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Libra. Now, for you, actually, Mars, this is what I see as important. The heliacal rise of Mars will be for you in Scorpio. This is your 3rd house. Actually, from there, he's harmoniously aspecting your ascendant, your descendant, but around the beginning of his heliacal rise, after the 15th of December, you may need to watch out a little bit how you communicate with people. He may bring eventually small disharmony while you travel, so you need to be very well prepared, very careful. He may need disharmony in communication, negotiations, up until he really leaves, if you want, even Scorpio. But in the beginning of his cycle, you may need to be a little bit careful, and this is especially after 15th of December. Then you have the very benevolent helpful role of Jupiter in Aquarius in your 6th house, where he will bring peace in your routine environment. He will bring blessing to your health. He will help you if you have certain disputes. So he can have in your routine everyday job. So he can be very helpful. Venus is supporting your home in the meanwhile. She can give peace to your career and work. But still, also because of the placement of Mercury, watch out in the meanwhile how you travel, how you negotiate with people, communication with brothers and sisters. So when you travel, indeed, be very well prepared. So these are a little bit of the risky elements. Other than that, I think that the month will be okay for you. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal Libra ascendant or moon in Libra, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this would be Scorpio. Now for you, Venus, your ascendant ruler, is in a very important phase. First, like we said, she reaches her highest brightness over your third house. She'll give you blessing of trade, negotiations. She will give you very brave attitude, desire to communicate, to speak out, maybe to study. She will give you desire to research. She, after that, enters Capricorn, and towards the middle of December, she turns retrograde, and she'll be entering again Sagittarius. So, yes, Sagittarius, from where she will give you this helpful blessing also to your relationships, to your, she will give you very good personal feeling. Mars becomes visible on your second house again after the 15th of December. We can already try to detect him on the sky. He can give you drive to make money. But keep in mind that this may in the beginning be disharmonious effect. So you may feel distracted, you may feel disharmony, you may feel a little bit too driven or too emotional. Maybe you should wait or try to be very balanced, or wait until these first energies pass before you make financial decisions. Jupiter is very lucky for you. He entered your fifth house, good for communication with children, blessing on your children, and good for the gains. He will be making harmonious aspects to your ascendant, descendant. So he's in a very lucky and good position for you, even for 1 year ahead. And let's see now people who have sidereal ascendant Scorpio or moon in Scorpio, or if you are following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Sagittarius. Now, Scorpio is very interesting. First of all, like I mentioned in the beginning, we had too many eclipses, and the last one on the 4th of December also happens in Scorpio. Therefore, I recommend you not to be worried if this eclipse makes you a bit down, if you feel a little bit not very lucky. Be patient. This is very normal reaction, and you had already too many eclipses, and now is the last of this series. So just welcome the sun. Make sure to direct these energies to research and knowledge, so that you don't suffer from these a bit heavy energies, because Scorpio is the sign of the great knowledge. So you may actually have open portal for information and knowledge. This is one thing. I recommend you until in December, definitely not to make important initiatives, important deeds, important new beginnings, because the eclipses are not very helpful. Also, Mars appearing on your ascendant after the middle of December can make you a bit too emotional, too irritated, too impulsive. This can have impact on your romantic life. He can give you otherwise very healthy drive, healthy energy. So this is not entirely bad, but can go in the two directions. So you may need to be very, very wise, very balanced in order to understand and have good control over these energies. So just if you feel that you're too emotional, too nervous, maybe just control these energies, and I think that you will be fine. Now also Jupiter is watching from your fourth house, again giving you quite good protection of your home. Even he is making opposition to the 10th house of your career, so also this is helpful. But be careful not to be too sharp in your speech. Be careful at work, because Mars appearing on your ascendant basically influences almost every area of your life. So the most important word is to stay balanced, in harmony with yourself. Indeed, shift these energies towards research and knowledge. This would be very, very benevolent. Financially, I think that the placement of Jupiter, even the movements of Venus are okay. Now let's see people who have sidereal ascendant Sagittarius or moon in Sagittarius, or if we're looking from the perspective of the modern astrology, this would be a Capricorn. Now for you, Venus is making her interesting moves to give you maybe enlightenment or very brave attitude when she will be having her highest brightness, highest magnitude on your ascendant. After that, she's retrograding in Sagittarius. Even retrograde, she's good because this is just not whoever, this is Venus. So she will give you blessing on your ascendant. On the other hand, your ascendant ruler is in Aquarius, much better, much stronger than while he was in Capricorn. And from Aquarius, he can give you enlightenment. He can bless your communication, travel. He can bless your, in general, he can give you much better luck because he'll be expecting your ascendant from much better place. Of course, Saturn is still modifying your finances, so this is not over for you. You may feel a little bit, depends how Saturn is placed in your horoscope. He can either limit you or give you other opportunities, but in any case, he will be moderating your finances, but you have the very lucky placement of Jupiter. So Mars appears on your 12th house, meaning be a bit careful how you communicate with people so that you don't generate enemies. Also be responsible for your health. Even though you have protection, still it's good that you really are responsible for your health. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Capricorn or moon in Capricorn, or if you're looking from the modern tropical astrology, this will be Aquarius. Now, needless to say, Saturn is for 1 year more on your ascendant. Well, you already know what he's giving you. I will not surprise you with anything because he gives you significant personal changes on any level of your life because of his position. Mars becomes visible after second half of December on your 11th house. He can give you some disturbances with your social circle. Be a bit careful with your speech, with communication with children. Be attentive with children. Also, he can give you the drive to make money. He can give you new plans, new hopes. This is all right. Just make sure that you're not, that you remain in harmony with yourself, that you're not impulsive, so that you don't make decisions, wrong decisions. So just calculate everything very well. Jupiter will give you financial support from your second house. And in December, only shortly, Venus will enter your ascendant and then she'll be transiting on your 12th house, from where she will support your health. So this is more or less about ascendant Capricorn. You're still going through your important enlightenment and personal changes. Also be a bit, but you know this already for sure. If your relationships, if your private life, private romantic relationship is going under test or it's being under stress, keep in mind this is normal. Many people, after finishing the Saturn in transit, either become stronger together or they don't manage to, they fail the test. No, maybe not fail, but they just opt for. So it is a bit your choice. Just be diplomatic, loving, patient with your private life, because Saturn on the ascendant can bring quite some tension also on your private life. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Aquarius or moon in Aquarius. Or if you're looking from the modern astrology perspective, this will be Pisces. Now for you, Jupiter for 1 year will be on your ascendant. Maybe this is enough to say. Maybe I shouldn't be speaking anymore because this will be good blessing. Jupiter is in much better position in Aquarius than as he was in Capricorn. The first now, of course, even if you have good protection of Jupiter, let's not forget that Mars becomes visible on your 10th house. This would say be diplomatic, patient, wise with your superiors at your career place. Mars can create disturbances, especially if he is not very well placed in your horoscope. In general, be very, very wise, very patient. Wait until end December minimum, until Mars is away. But yes, this is one of the things. Then Venus quite well makes her movements on your 11th house. I see this as something positive for your finances, for your social circle, may make you very brave and give you some benefits. But in any case, career-wise, you may need to remain very, very diplomatic. Be responsible for your health a bit, but in any case, Jupiter gives you good protection. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Pisces or moon in Pisces, or if you're looking from the modern astrology perspective, this will be Aries. Now, your ascendant ruler Jupiter, also for you, he is in a better position than before. He was quite suppressed from the heavy energy of Saturn. Now he's on your 12th house. This, when you have ascendant ruler in the 12th house, you may opt for self-isolation, finding mission, desiring to visit temples or to help others, to be very empathic. But still, yes, this is supporting your health, but can make you a bit lonely, that you may choose solitude, let's say, because of the position of the planet. Saturn on your 11th house, especially if he's well placed in your horoscope, is still modifying your finances, how you make money, moderating your social circle. So he still has this role of changing many aspects of your life, not for bad. In the meantime, Venus may give good event at your career, or at least can change the game for a while at your career place, because she will make this very benevolent move on your 10th house. Mars becomes visible for the first time on your 9th house in Scorpio, which would say you may be driven to study, to research, even to travel, to communicate, but his appearance may be a little bit sharp or disharmonious, even though he's trying your ascendant. So be a bit patient. Make sure that you analyze all facts around certain deal or negotiation, or be well prepared if you will be traveling, especially after 15th of December. But in any case, I think that especially malefic planets positioned in good houses for your ascendant will not give you drastic, dramatic events, but yes, they will give you the changes which we just explained. So, ladies and gentlemen, more or less, this is the situation for December. Make sure that you remain very, very brave. You see the appearance of Venus will give us brave hearts. Yes, Lada.
Thank you so much, Krasi, for your insights. Also, Krasi continues to have a promotion for 2022 reading. And also, Krasi makes amazing talismans, like we're wearing them. Venus talisman, Saturn talisman, done with very magical, like with ancient rules, with the stones, materials at specific time that you have to wait, sometimes years for that time when the planet is strong.
True.
So yeah, check out the link below to connect with Krasi, and may you have a healthy December. Now that I'm sick, all I care about is to be healthy. So may you all have a healthy December.
But what we also noticed, and it's good to share this with people, that when we are under stress, then we get you, because we lower our vibrations. So we need to remain very brave and to keep our vibrations very high. Then we literally cannot get sick. We allowed a little bit, me and you, but we shouldn't. We learned the lesson at least.
Oh, oh. Thank you so much, Krasi, again.
Thank you, Wada. Thank you, everyone.